Hi guys, hope you're all okay. It's Chantal, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you all the fragrances I've got from Maison Lancome. Now this is a line of fragrances that I absolutely adore. I think they're amazing quality. They're all quite unique and they perform really well, and I just love them so much. I've built up a little bit of a collection and I'm so happy to have the ones that I do have, and I'm going to share my thoughts on each one with you guys. Before I do that, I'd absolutely love it if you'd subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Let's get straight into the video. So I'm going to start by apologising because I've missed a couple of uploads. I've had the awful virus. It's been horrible. My husband and 2 kids had it as well. So we've had a bit of a rough couple of weeks. Luckily, I had a few uploads backed up, so I did get most of my videos out of yours, but I have missed a couple, so I'm so sorry about that. I'm so much better now. I'm ready to face the world again and get back out and back filming for you guys and chatting with you, because it really brightens my day. So let's get into the fragrances. The first one I'm going to talk about is Lavandes Trianon. Now let's just start by saying how stunning are the Maison Lancome bottles. I mean, they're absolutely beautiful. You've got your magnetic caps and they just look so elegant and beautiful. But this one, Lavandes Trianon, now it's got to be one of my absolute favourites from the line. I love it so much. This just smells to me like a cup of hot milk infused with lavender. It's so beautiful. It's got a bit of a like sugary vibe to it as well, but I think this is one of the most cozy, comforting fragrances I've got in my whole collection. It's warm, milky and vanillic, and it's like a great big hug. I always say that this reminds me of like a great big fluffy cloud. That's exactly what I think of, like lying on a big fluffy cloud and you've got your hot milk infused with lavender. That's exactly how I would describe this one. It lasts forever on the skin, as most of the Maison Lancome fragrances do, and it really does project. Now I do get a little bit of a metallic vibe with this one as well, but I just get that in the very opening. But I actually really love the smell of it. I think it's just amazing, and one of those fragrances that I would wear when I'm cozying up in the house, watching TV with the family, the kids, and just having a really nice night in. That's the sort of fragrance this is for me, and that's when I wear it. But I also went to a wedding not long ago and I actually wore it at the wedding, and I got so many compliments from it because it's just so beautiful and very unique and different. You're not going to smell this on everyone, and I think as well that this would be great for any time of the year, especially the autumn and winter time though, when it's really cold outside. It does really shine in the cold weather, but I would even wear it for like cozy nights in the spring and summer as well. I just love it that much that I would wear it at any time of the year. But I think most people would see it as more of an autumn and winter time fragrance. But yeah, absolutely love that one, and if you can get your hands on it, I definitely recommend it if you love a good lavender fragrance. So yeah, that's Maison Lancome Lavandes Trianon. The next one is Tuberose Castane, and this one is a stunning tuberose, chestnut and tonka bean fragrance. It's so beautiful, and I've had loads of compliments on this one as well. It's a very beautiful tuberose fragrance, but you do have like the smoky, incensey vibe, which comes from chestnut, and it's like a sort of roasted chestnut vibe that I get from it. It's absolutely beautiful, very unique, and I would say that this probably isn't going to be for everyone. Even if you love your tuberose fragrances, I think you've really got to like that smoky element that this fragrance brings. It does have a real sort of roasted chestnut vibe, which makes me think of like the Christmas time, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. It's just so beautiful. It's very elegant, and I really enjoy this one. Again, it lasts so long on the skin. I'm saying 9 hours plus, and it has beautiful projection. It's just a really good fragrance that really makes a statement, I would say. I think it's a real statement. It's going to enter a room and really work the crowd. You're going to get quite a lot of people asking what you're wearing when you're wearing this one. So yeah, I think this is such a good one. It's very rich, and it does smell super luxurious and expensive. And I think it's just a really amazing fragrance. If you're looking for something a little bit different, it's definitely a tuberose with a twist, and one that I would probably recommend more again for the autumn and winter time. This does shine in the cooler weather. So yeah, that's Tuberose Castane. The next one is a fragrance that you all know I absolutely love. If you've watched my channel before, you know all about this one and how it was my wedding day fragrance. I'm not going to get into it too much because you all know about it. It's the amazing Oud Bouquet, and I adore this fragrance. It's one of my top fragrances I've ever tried. I think it's amazing. This is a rose, oud, vanilla and praline fragrance, and I think it's so intoxicating. It's quite sexy, and to me, I always think that it smells quite boozy as well. It's so beautiful, it really is, and this one I would definitely only wear in the cooler weather as well. It's very powerful. It lasts the full day and more. When I wore it on my wedding day, I put it on, it must have been around, I'd say about 11:30 in the morning, and we didn't get up to the room till around 12:30 at night. And honestly, I could still smell it so strong. And the next day when I was gathering up my clothes and things to leave, it was just so powerful. I could still smell it on my skin before I got showered, and even after a shower. This really does sort of stick and seep into your skin. It's very rich and decadent. It's just so beautiful. And this one is a definite compliment getter. I just think it's such an amazing, beautiful, syrupy, sweet rose and oud fragrance. Absolute perfection in my eyes. One that I'd always love to have in my collection. I'm looking out for a backup because I'm not sure what's going on at the moment with the Maison Lancome line. They always seem to be out of stock online, and I've got a feeling that quite a lot of them are being discontinued. quite a few of them already have been, so it is such a shame because I think this line is exceptionally good. I really do. So yeah, that one's Oud Bouquet. Another oud one I've got is Oud Ambroisie, and this one is oud and honey fragrance. You've also got rose, patchouli and cedar in there, and it does have quite of a woody vibe to it, but it is syrupy sweet honey, and I'm usually put off by honey in fragrances unless it's super well blended. I don't like honey at all in fragrances, but this is probably one of the best honey fragrances I've tried. I get mainly the rose, the oud, and a whole load of honey on top. To me, this is a rose dripping in sweet, syrupy, runny honey, and you've got a whole load of oud in there, which is a note that I absolutely adore so much, and one that I know is not to everyone's taste, but I think this is a really great fragrance. And yeah, I think it's so good. Again, lasts forever on the skin. This is so long lasting. I would put this one in the same boat as like Oud Bouquet. It really does last, really projects so well. It leaves an intoxicating trail, and I just think it's a stunning fragrance. So that's Oud Ambrosie. Then we've got Iris Dragees, and this is a very beautiful fragrance. To me, this is quite feminine, but then again, anyone could wear it. Anyone who loves this style of fragrance could pull this one off. This is like a sugared almond fragrance. That's the vibe it gives off. It's just like those sugared almonds that you get in little bags when you go to a wedding and you get like a little gift. It's exactly like that. There's a whole load of iris in here as well, and it gives it that sort of sugary sweet powdery vibe, and I just think this one is so beautiful. It's very well done. On the dry down, it goes a little bit musky. You've got vanilla in there as well, and I just think it's such a beautiful fragrance, and one that I think would be a really good wedding day fragrance. There's quite a few in this whole line that I think are like beautiful bridal fragrances. I think they're so stunning. And I know myself, like when I had the photos done on my wedding and they took the photos of Oud Bouquet like on the dresser, they just look so beautiful when they're photographed. And I got some really gorgeous photos of the bottles, but this one is just a beautiful straight up sugared almond. That's exactly what it smells like to me. And when I smell it, I just see all the pastel colours of the sugared almonds and just a beautiful fluffiness around it. It's just so good, and I really enjoy this one. This one's Iris Dragees. The next one, I always have trouble pronouncing this one. Oranges Bigarades. I think, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I'm going to say it anyway. This is a lovely, bright, summertime fragrance. Spring and summer, I think this would be absolutely perfect. But it's got a little bit of a spiciness. Actually, I think that you could wear this one all year round. If you're wanting a bit of brightness in the autumn and winter time, this will be a great one to put that smile on your face, to uplift your mood. It's a total mood boosting fragrance, and I love it. So I really get like a bitter orange vibe. It's also got a black tea note in here, which just smells so beautiful and refreshing. And it's a very calming fragrance as well as being uplifting. It's got like a zen-like vibe to it. Now, I think it's absolutely stunning. You've also got some orange blossom in here and some jasmine, and you've got that pepper note, which gives it a bit of a kick. It's so beautiful, and I really think this is an amazing all year round fragrance, probably more so the spring and summer. A fragrance that's really gonna uplift your mood, make you feel super happy. Every time I sniff this, it just makes me feel alive and super happy and bright and uplifted. It's just such a good one, and I think this is like one of my favourite fragrances for the spring and summertime. I've only just recently got this one, but I just know that it's going to be a massive hit for me in the spring and summer. It's going to be a go-to. I think it's excellent. It really is. This one probably doesn't last as long as the other fragrances I've mentioned, but it's still a good performer for being a citrus fragrance. It's that zesty sort of orange peel vibe in the opening. Then you start getting the tea, the beautiful black tea, which is really calming. So you get that sort of bright citrus hit. Then you get the zen-like feel from the black tea. It's a little bit peppery, and I just love it. I think it's fantastic. So yeah, oranges, Bigarades. And the final three I'm going to show you are smaller sizes. I got in a lovely little set. It's a little travel set, and I think it's absolutely stunning. And you get 4 little fragrances. You get Jasmins Marzipane, Roses Berberanza, Santal Cardamon and Oud Bouquet, which we've already spoken about. Let's talk about Jasmins Marzipane. Now this is a stunning nutty jasmine fragrance. You've got jasmine, you've got almond wood, you've also got musk in here as well, and vanilla and sandalwood in the dry down. Now this is a stunning jasmine fragrance. It's quite uplifting in my opinion, and it's very pretty and put together. And it's one that I, again, would say is a beautiful bridal fragrance. I think this would smell amazing for like a spring and summertime wedding. But this one is probably one that you could definitely wear all year round. It's quite versatile. I think you could wear it day or night. It's just a stunning nutty almondy jasmine, and I think it's really well done. It's very well blended. It lasts a long time on the skin. The projection is beautiful. It leaves a really pretty trail behind, and it's a compliment getter. You get a lot of compliments with this one. I have worn it a few times. I've also had other samples of it. And yeah, I'm so happy to have this one. Now, I am on the lookout for a big bottle of this as well, because I think it's just so good. Really, I would like the full collection of the Maison Lancome fragrances, because I think they're so beautifully done. They're so well blended, very unique, and I just think they're amazing all-round fragrances. So yeah, that's Jasmins Marzipane, a beautiful almond and jasmine fragrance, so gorgeous. Then we've got Roses Berberanza. Now this is going to be an unpopular opinion, But I would say that this is the only fragrance in the full collection that I'm not 100% keen on. It's nice. I can say it's really nice. It would appeal to quite a lot of people, I would say. But for me, it's not one that I absolutely love. It's probably my least favourite out of the lot. And I don't know what it is with this one. I would definitely, I know I've just said I would have the whole collection. This is probably one I wouldn't buy a full bottle of. And it's a shame, but it's just not me at all. It's far too rosy for me. I'm not a huge fan of rose unless there's something more to it, and I don't know what it is with this. It's just not one that I love, and we can't all have the same tastes. But this one is a nutty, boozy rose. Now, I usually love boozy notes in fragrances. If you know me, I love a good boozy fragrance. Now, there's pistachio in this one, and I'm not sure if that's what's putting us off, because I've started realising that quite a few fragrances with pistachio I'm not 100% keen on. So it may be that note that's putting me off. There's also ginger in there, which is a note I usually love. There's rum, which I absolutely love in fragrances. And there's honey and there's vanilla. Now, vanilla I love. Honey, as I said, it's got to be super well blended. I think it's the mix of the rose, the pistachio and honey that's thrown me off this fragrance. It's just not one that I love. But there's so many people, a lot of my friends here on YouTube, really rave about this fragrance. So it just shows you how different everyone's tastes can be. Now, it does last a long time on the skin, and it really does project as well. The performance is really there on this one, but it's just not one that I absolutely love. I don't mind it, but I don't love it. But yeah, all those notes to me sound like perfection, other than the honey and the pistachio, and I think that's what it is. So yeah, roses, Berberanza. And the final fragrance I'm going to talk about is Santal Cardman. Now, this is a really lovely, very unique fragrance. This is probably not going to be loved by everyone. It's a sandalwood, cardamom and leather fragrance. Those are the notes I really get from it. There's also neroli and orange blossom in there, and there's a liquor note as well, which I get too. But this is, to me, a sort of leather, quite a sharp leathery fragrance. You're getting the sharpness from the cardamom and the pepper, and you get quite a lot of the leather in there. So if you're not in love with leather fragrances, I'm not sure this would be one for you. This is very unique, and for me, I find it like quite an uplifting fragrance. Definitely one you could wear at any time of the year, and it lasts quite well on the skin, and it also projects beautifully. But this is one that I would be careful with, because it's not going to be for everyone. I think you could either love or hate this one. I think it could be quite polarizing, but I love it. I think it's really good. It's quite unique, which I love. And I find it so fresh and uplifting. It's got that sort of spiciness to it, but it's not hugely spicy, in my opinion. I get a whole lot of the leather, and it is quite a sharp leather. I think that cardamom and the pepper mixed with the leather gives it a little bit of a, you could say, screechy vibe, but not in a bad way. I think that's what makes this fragrance, and I really think it's such a good one. It's totally different to anything I've got in my collection, which I really love. And this is another one that I would add a full bottle to my collection because I really enjoy it. So I'm happy to have this one. And I think that this little set is just so good, especially for people that haven't tried any of the fragrances. I think that this is a really good way to check them out. I know that this set is discontinued, but I've seen it in quite a few places online for sale, and they haven't upped the price either. So I would definitely recommend getting this little sampler set if you want to try a few of the fragrances. I mean, Oud Bouquet and Jasmins Marzipane are very popular fragrances. I would say Jasmins Marzipane is quite a safe bet. I think if you love jasmine and you love like an almond vibe, like a nutty feel about a fragrance, I think you'd really like Jasmins Marzipane. And then again, Roses Berberanza. There's so many people that absolutely love this one. It is a sweet, nutty, boozy rose. So yeah, I think that's a really nice little set, and I'm so happy to have it. And I think when I go traveling and things like that, this is like a perfect set to take along with 4 mini fragrances. So yeah, as you can tell, I absolutely love my Maison Lancome fragrances. I'd love it if you'd write down in the comments what's your absolute favourite from the line. And also give us a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And I'll see you all very soon on the next one. Bye.